12 Beautiful Habits to Stay Young, Happy, and Full of Life After 60 Secrets to Aging Gracefully. Staying youthful isn't about age, it's about spirit. Have you ever met a woman in her 70s or even 80s who absolutely shines with life? She laughs easily, walks with purpose, and carries herself with a grace that turns heads, not because of her wrinkles or her age, but because of her energy. You might wonder, what's her secret? It's not expensive creams, fancy diets, or chasing trends. It's the small, simple things she does every day, quiet habits that keep her body moving, her heart open, and her spirit young. Today, I want to share with you 12 beautiful habits, along with a few bonus treasures, that every woman over 60 can embrace to feel vibrant, confident, and deeply alive. And the best part? It's never too late to begin. Let's start with the very first and perhaps most powerful habit of all. 1. Keep your body active. Movement is your lifelong friend. Let me tell you a little story about Margaret. Margaret lives in Asheville, North Carolina, a quiet town tucked in the Blue Ridge Mountains. She's 73 now, but every morning, rain or shine, she laces up her walking shoes and strolls through the local park, waving hello to every neighbor she passes. She's not in a hurry. She's not trying to break a record. She's simply moving. Movement, dear friend, isn't about youth, it's about freedom. As we age, our bodies naturally slow down. Joints stiffen. Muscles weaken. But the real danger comes when we stop moving entirely. Walking, gentle stretching, yoga, swimming at the community pool, even dancing in your kitchen to your favorite Elvis tune, these small acts of movement are your body's way of saying, "Thank you for still caring for me." Movement keeps your bones strong, your heart healthy, and your mind clear. And here's something special, it doesn't have to feel like exercise. It can be gardening in your backyard. It can be playing with your grandkids on the floor. It can be Tai Chi in the park or water aerobics with friends at the YMCA. Margaret once told me, "The day I stop moving is the day I stop living." And I believe her. 2. Nourish your skin from the inside out, beauty that radiates from within. Let me introduce you to Helen, an 80-year-old retired school principal living in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, Helen isn't one for expensive beauty salons or shelves of fancy skincare products. Her secret? It's what's on her dinner plate and what's in her heart. Helen always says with a laugh, beauty fades where kindness is missing, but true beauty grows where health and joy live. As women, we've been told for years that beauty comes in bottles and creams. But the most youthful women I've ever met all share one thing in common: they nourish their bodies, and their glow comes from the inside out. The real glow foods: fresh berries, for antioxidants, leafy greens like spinach and kale, for skin repair, walnuts and almonds, rich in healthy fats for supple skin, salmon or avocado, for that healthy glow, plenty of water, nature's magic elixir. Helen starts every morning with a glass of water and a slice of avocado toast. She snacks on blueberries and almonds, and drinks herbal tea every evening to wind down. And don't forget the simple skincare wisdom: gentle cleansers, avoid harsh soaps, daily moisturizer, even better with sunscreen, restful sleep, because your skin repairs itself at night. Laughter, the best natural lift you'll ever find. 3. Maintain a positive and curious mindset. Keep growing, keep glowing. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 77-year-old grandmother living in Savannah, Georgia. If you met Margaret today, you'd probably guess she's 20 years younger. Not because of her looks, but because of her energy, her curiosity, and the sparkle in her eyes. Margaret believes that staying young isn't just about the body, it's about the mind and spirit. Every day is a chance to learn, laugh, and love life a little more, she says. Why mindset matters so much as we grow older: it's easy to fall into routines. Comfort zones feel safe. But staying curious, open-minded, and willing to explore keeps your brain sharp and your spirit alive. Margaret, for example, just started learning Italian not because she's planning a trip, but because she loves the sound of the language. She joins a local book club, plays word games with her grandkids, and never misses her favorite trivia night at the local cafe. Here are some easy ways to keep your mind youthful. Try something new, a cooking class, art, music, or gardening. Learn a few words in a new language, just for fun. Stay engaged in conversations with people of all ages. Ask more questions. Curiosity keeps life interesting. Laugh daily, watch a comedy, tell a joke, or share funny stories. Practice gratitude. It shifts your entire outlook. Cultivate deep social connections, love, laughter, and lifelong friendships. There's a beautiful saying, the older we get, the more we realize relationships are life's greatest treasure. Let me tell you about Helen, an 80-year-old living in the peaceful town of Asheville, North Carolina. After her husband passed away, Helen faced quiet, lonely days. But one decision changed everything. She joined a small knitting circle at her local library. At first, it was just a hobby. But week by week, those friendly faces became family. They didn't just share yarn, they shared stories, laughter, tears, recipes, and life advice. Helen often says with a twinkle in her eye, "Friendship saved me more than medicine ever could." Why staying connected keeps you young? Science backs it up. Seniors with strong social bonds live longer, have sharper minds, and stay emotionally healthier. Laughter shared with friends reduces stress. A good conversation calms the heart. Feeling loved adds joy to everyday life. Meaningful ways to stay socially engaged. Join a local club, gardening, art, music, church, book club. Volunteer, share your time, skills, and wisdom with others. Reach out to old friends, call, write, or invite them for coffee. Connect with family regularly, phone calls, video chats, letters. Don't be afraid to make new friends, at any age. Attend community events, markets, fairs, classes, or local meetups. Offer kindness. A warm hello can spark a new friendship. 5. Prioritize rest and recovery, because peace is powerful too. There's something deeply beautiful about slowing down, not because you have to, but because you choose to. Let me share the story of Margaret, a 75-year-old from Sedona, Arizona. For most of her life, Margaret was always on the go, raising kids, working, cooking, cleaning, volunteering. But after turning 70, she realized something I've spent my whole life doing. Now, I want to be. She started treating rest like a ritual, not an afterthought. She created a peaceful bedtime routine, a cup of chamomile tea, soft music, a gratitude journal, and gentle breathing before sleep. The result? She sleeps like a baby, wakes up happier, with fewer aches, more energy, and a calmness people notice instantly. Why rest is the secret youth elixir. As we grow older, quality rest is just as important as nutrition or exercise. While you sleep, your body repairs cells, your heart slows down, your brain clears clutter, and your skin rejuvenates naturally. Without enough rest, fatigue sets in. Mood shifts. Skin loses its glow. Memory feels foggy. But with good rest, you feel lighter, brighter, and more you. How to embrace rest and recovery daily. Create a calm evening routine, soft lighting, relaxing music, or quiet reading. Go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. Your body loves rhythm. Limit screen time before bed. Try calming podcasts or a printed book. Take short naps if needed. Even 15 to 20 minutes can refresh your mind. Treat relaxation as sacred. A slow morning coffee, a quiet afternoon on the porch, a peaceful sunset walk. Let go of guilt for resting. Remember, you've earned this peace. 6. Embrace your new season. Harvest your wisdom. There comes a moment in life, often after 60, when the world feels quieter and the rush that once filled every day begins to soften. It's in that stillness that a gentle truth begins to rise. This is not a season of loss. This is a season of harvest. You have spent decades planting seeds. Seeds of love, of patience, of hard work, of lessons learned the long way. And now, this chapter of life is not about proving yourself, it's about gathering the wisdom that has quietly grown within you all along. There is a special kind of beauty in reaching this season. It's the beauty of knowing what matters, and more importantly, what doesn't. It's realizing that joy often lives in the simplest places, a morning walk without hurry, a grandchild's laughter, or the feeling of peace that comes from sitting alone without feeling lonely. It's understanding that wisdom isn't loud or showy, it's the calm that comes from surviving storms and still choosing kindness. This is your harvest, not measured in possessions or accomplishments, but in inner strength, in grace, and in knowing who you really are. You no longer need to chase every trend or say yes to everything. Instead, you gather what is good, what is nourishing, and what feels true to your soul. And perhaps the greatest joy of all is sharing that harvest, passing down stories, lessons, and love to those still finding their way. Because in doing so, you leave something behind that no time or age can take away, a life fully lived, deeply felt, and beautifully remembered. 7. Invest in experiences, not just things. As the years pass, something beautiful happens. Our hearts begin to understand that the real treasures of life were never found in things. The latest gadget, the newest car, or the trendiest clothes lose their shine over time. But experiences, moments deeply lived, those become the jewels we carry forever. At this stage of life, every sunrise feels more golden, every conversation more precious, and every shared memory more valuable than anything money could buy. Think back to your most cherished memories. Chances are, they weren't about what you owned, they were about where you were, who you were with, and how you felt in that fleeting, beautiful moment. It might have been a quiet morning on a porch in Savannah, laughing with old friends at a diner in Chicago, or watching the sun sink into the horizon on a peaceful Florida beach. These moments live on, long after objects are forgotten or outgrown. Now is the perfect time to fill your days with more of those moments. Travel somewhere new, even if it's just a nearby town you've never explored. Take that painting class you once dreamed about. Have long, slow dinners with people you love. Sit outside and feel the breeze. The richness of life now is measured not in things, but in connection, wonder, joy, and peace. Things age. Things break. Things are left behind. But memories are yours forever. And they have a way of staying young even as we grow older. So give yourself the gift of experience. It doesn't have to be grand. It only has to be real. That is where life's deepest joy has always lived. 8. Protect your energy, it's precious. There comes a beautiful clarity with age, a quiet wisdom that whispers, your energy is sacred. In our younger years, we often gave our time and attention away so easily, rushing to meet every demand, saying yes when our hearts whispered no, pouring ourselves out until there was nothing left. But as the seasons of life turn, we come to understand that our energy, like our health, like our peace, is one of our most precious resources. Not everyone deserves access to your inner light. Not every situation is worth your worry. Protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's an act of deep self-respect. It's choosing peace over pressure. It's realizing that you don't have to be available to everything and everyone. You have earned the right to guard your heart, your time, and your emotional well-being. Maybe that means spending more mornings in stillness, sipping your coffee slowly by the window. Perhaps it looks like declining certain invitations without guilt or stepping away from conversations that drain your spirit. It might mean surrounding yourself with people who nourish your soul, those who bring laughter, kindness, and ease. The beauty of this stage in life is that you know what feels right for you. You know what brings joy, and what quietly steals it away. Protecting your energy is about creating space for the things that truly matter: love, laughter, peace, and purpose. It's about tending to your own inner garden with tenderness and care. Because when you protect your energy, you are honoring the life you've built, the lessons you've learned, and the soul you've so beautifully grown. And that is a gift no one else can give you, only you. 9. Practice joyful subtraction, less clutter, more calm. There comes a gentle wisdom with age, the realization that life isn't about adding more, but about releasing what no longer serves your heart. Joyful subtraction is the quiet art of letting go, not with sadness, but with grace and freedom. It's the understanding that the most peaceful homes, the most peaceful minds, are often the simplest. Through the years, we gather so much are not just objects, but habits, worries, and expectations. Closets fill, schedules overflow, and hearts become weighed down by things we no longer even notice. But what if true contentment isn't in holding on, but in making space? Joyful subtraction is clearing out the drawer filled with things you never use, but also clearing out the guilt that tells you to keep them. It's donating the extra dishes, passing on books you've already loved, and releasing clothes that no longer feel like you. But even more beautifully, it's clearing space within yourself, letting go of old grudges, outdated roles, and the pressure to always be busy. In this season of life, less truly becomes more. Fewer distractions, more presence. Fewer possessions, more peace. Fewer obligations, more freedom. You begin to see that simplicity isn't emptiness, it's clarity. It's walking through your home and feeling light. It's sitting in your favorite chair and feeling ease. It's knowing that what surrounds you and what fills your days genuinely brings comfort and joy. Joyful subtraction isn't about living without, it's about living with only what matters most. And in that gentle space you've cleared, there is room for what has always been waiting for you: calm, clarity, and the quiet joy of a life beautifully your own. 10. Reflect and share your wisdom, leave a legacy of love. There comes a time in life when you realize that your greatest treasures aren't things you've collected, they are stories, lessons, and memories gathered quietly in the corners of your heart. The wisdom you carry didn't come easy. It was shaped through laughter, through heartache, through mistakes, and through victories small and large. And now, perhaps the most beautiful gift you can offer the world is to share it. Reflecting on your life isn't about reliving the past, it's about honoring it. It's sitting quietly with a cup of tea, remembering the moments that shaped you. It's realizing that the way you overcame loss, the kindness you gave freely, the patience you learned over time, these are powerful stories worth telling. Sharing your wisdom isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about telling your granddaughter about the time you failed but kept going. It's about writing letters to your children filled with encouragement only life experience can offer. It's about sitting with an old friend or a neighbor and offering words that only someone who has truly lived can say. This is how you leave a legacy, not just in photos on the wall or keepsakes in a box, but in the way you loved, the way you listened, and the way you made others feel seen and understood. Your voice, your heart, your wisdom, they are priceless gifts. Long after things fade and years pass, people will remember how you made them feel. And in that remembrance, a part of you will live on like a gentle light, steady and warm, continuing to guide the hearts you've touched. 11. Laugh like you mean it. Humor is ageless. There is something beautifully ageless about laughter. It doesn't belong to the young or the old, it belongs to the human spirit. No matter how many years life has gifted you, the ability to laugh, truly laugh, keeps your heart forever young. There is a lightness in laughter that lifts even the heaviest days. It softens sorrow, eases loneliness, and bridges the gap between strangers. When you laugh, especially at yourself, you release yourself from the burden of perfection, from the weight of life's seriousness. Some of the most radiant people I've ever known were not those without wrinkles or troubles, but those whose eyes sparkled with humor and whose smiles came easily. They understood something rare and precious, that joy isn't found only in grand moments, but often in the silly, the ordinary, and the unexpected. They found it in burnt toast, in forgetting why they walked into a room, or in sharing a funny story from long ago. Humor has a way of connecting us to others. It breaks down walls, invites kindness, and reminds us that we are all human, delightfully flawed and wonderfully alive. And perhaps most importantly, laughter reminds us not to take ourselves too seriously. Life moves fast enough without us hurrying joy past the door. So laugh like you mean it. Laugh loudly. Laugh often. Let your home echo with warmth. Let your heart be light even when days are hard. Because long after people forget what you wore or what you said, they'll remember how you laughed with them, how, for a moment, the world felt softer, brighter, and more beautiful because you shared your joy without holding back. 12. Stay curious, keep growing. There is something deeply beautiful about a curious heart, a heart that never stops wondering, never stops learning, never stops growing. Staying curious as we age isn't just about gathering knowledge, it's about staying awake to life itself. It's about greeting each new day with the same wide-eyed wonder we once had as children. Curiosity keeps the mind young, the spirit alive, and the soul connected to the world around us. The truth is, no matter how many birthdays we've celebrated, there is always something new waiting to be discovered, a story we've never heard, a skill we've never tried, a place we've never explored, or a person whose life experience can teach us something profound. The women and men who seem to age most gracefully often have this in common: they never stop asking questions. They never lose their hunger to understand more deeply or to experience more fully. Curiosity reminds us that we are never finished becoming who we are meant to be. It invites us to step outside our comfort zones, to try that painting class, to learn that new dance, to taste food from another culture, or to pick up a book on a topic we've never explored. It's not about perfection or achievement, it's about keeping the heart and mind open to life's unfolding beauty. When we stay curious, we stay connected, not only to the world, but to ourselves. We nourish our minds, spark creativity, and create new stories worth sharing. Life is not meant to be static. It is meant to be a long, rich conversation between the world and your ever-growing soul. So ask questions. Seek wonder. Stay curious. Because the world still has so much left to show you. Final thoughts. Growing older is not about fading away, it's about shining differently. It's about stepping into a new, extraordinary season of life with grace, wisdom, and a heart still wide open to wonder. Every chapter we've lived has shaped us, softened us, strengthened us. But the beauty of this moment, right now, is realizing that life isn't finished offering its gifts. In fact, some of the most precious gifts only reveal themselves when we slow down enough, love ourselves deeply enough, and let go of the things that no longer serve us. Perhaps the real secret to staying youthful isn't found in creams or routines, it's found in how we care for our hearts, how we nourish our spirits, how we choose peace over pressure, joy over clutter, connection over isolation, and curiosity over complacency. It's found in laughter shared over a cup of coffee, in wisdom passed down to a grandchild, in a quiet walk beneath the trees, or a moment of stillness watching the sunrise from your own back porch. You've earned this season. You've earned the right to live on your own terms, to protect your energy, to celebrate simple pleasures, to surround yourself only with those who honor your heart. Life is not about having more, it's about becoming more gentle, more joyful, more fully yourself. Never doubt that your story still matters. Your smile still lights up rooms. Your kindness still changes lives. Your presence is still a gift to this world. So step forward, with courage, with laughter, with curiosity. Keep growing. Keep loving. Keep living with all the beautiful wisdom and wonder your years have given you. Because the very best parts of life, they might just be waiting for you still. If this message touched your heart or reminded you of the beauty in your own life journey, I warmly invite you to support this channel. Your kindness, your likes, your comments, and especially your subscription truly help this little corner of the internet continue to grow and reach others who may need a gentle word or an encouraging reminder. When you subscribe and turn on the notification bell, you're not just following a channel, you're becoming part of a community that believes in wisdom, kindness, and living life with grace at every age. Your support gives us the motivation to keep creating thoughtful, inspiring content just for you, stories that honor your experiences, share life lessons, and remind us all that growing older is a beautiful, powerful thing. So if you found comfort, joy, or inspiration here today, please click that subscribe button. It means more than you know, and it helps us continue sharing content that uplifts the heart and nourishes the soul. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this journey. And until next time, keep living beautifully.